Hey, party people. We have a fun Halloween episode that's going to be posting after Halloween.
Awesomeness.
So we talk about our thoughts on Halloween. Jonathan gives an amazing take. You have to hear this. This is seriously the best take I think you've ever had.
Super cool.
Yeah. And then we kind of talk about just costumes and permanent campers.
Awesomer than awesomeness.
Now, look, Jonathan's not, he is going through puberty, but this voice change you're hearing, not a puberty thing.
It's all puberty. Yeah. Brandon, hit it.
Oh, yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Good night, everyone.
I mean, they could be listening to this in the morning or the afternoon or whatever, but...
It's nighttime in this jet.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good, but I'm a little sick.
Sounds like you've been screaming at the TV or something.
Nope, not screaming. Just having some awesome parties, you know?
Just living the dreaming.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this a little bit earlier today. So we got a mailer, and it had like a Russian, like the hammer and sickle thing.
Yeah.
And it said like Comrade Kamala or something like that.
I don't know. It was like Kamala.
The communist or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is kind of funny. But then we were also kind of discussing if the only news I got about a politician was from TV ads.
And it was good.
Well, I would just think everyone's the biggest liar and loser, which maybe that's true. Maybe that's how it is.
Yeah.
But it's just so annoying. Like, you'll scam Brown and then liar Jackie Rosen and Donald Trump and this. And anyway, I don't know what my point is other than they're all a bunch of liars. They're mean to each other. You had a good suggestion as to how it should roll.
I said that they should all just you can only post good stuff about yourself.
Because the truth is it's almost like at this point, you're not voting for somebody, you're voting against somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And I agree with you, because that'd be pretty cool if it was like, hey, here's what I've done, and here's what I want to get done. Here's what I'm going to work my best to accomplish this.
Yeah, and it's not like twisting people's words and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, because there's a lot of word twisting.
Yep.
Which I kind of word twisted you a little bit just a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
I said I didn't know I had to go to the bathroom, and you thought I said you didn't know how to go to the bathroom.
I'm like, wait a second, dude. You're like 13 years old and you don't know how to go to the bathroom. I'm like, what? What in the world is going on?
It's just this day and age's style, you know?
Yeah, it's so hard to go to the bathroom these days. You never know.
Yeah.
We might have talked about this. Your Uncle Jimmy.
What?
So you have an uncle named Jimmy. He's my brother. So there was a deal on Facebook a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it was like, what's the best four-word, not four-letter,
we talked about
four-word
this,
sentence. Do you remember what his four-word sentence was?
Yeah, it was like, never trust a fart.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Never mind.
Wait, well, sounds like we're about to get a good story here, Johnny. Come on. Tell the story as if it happened to Ralph.
Okay. So me and Ralph were talking today, and Ralph was tell me something. It's like, yeah, I was going to the bathroom, and I was just thinking, and I was like, man, I got a fart. And he's like, and then I thought of Jimmy's famous words, never trust a fart. So I stopped myself.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
I actually have something to talk about.
Let's hear it.
So think of a holiday. Wait, is Halloween a holiday?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a day off of, it's like that, but it's a celebration. I mean, it depends on how you define holiday, so sure.
Okay, so think of a holiday.
Okay.
And now think of Halloween.
Okay.
Okay, now you're thinking of Halloween, right?
Sure, yeah.
So basically, if you think, if you want to go into depth of Halloween is basically like a day where kids dress up and they go out and they go up to strangers and ask them for candy.
It's like the exact opposite of what.
Yeah.
Don't take candy from a stranger.
Yeah, like
unless it's Halloween.
yeah, and like people will put up like things to scare kids in their front yard, like they've like signs like keep out, get away and stuff.
Yeah, like no, go up to that man and say thank you.
Yeah, did you thank him for your candy?
And it's like they say trick or treat. Well, what if they're gonna give you tricks?
Yeah, I got tricked one time.
What happened?
Ramen noodles.
Was that a trick? Knowing how you like ramen noodles, that sounds like that actually could have been a treat.
Yeah, it was a treat for me.
So when I was a kid and we'd go trick or treating, the big hubble as you're starting your engine there,
yeah,
was like, hey, you got to be careful because there might be like razor blades in your candy.
What?
So yeah, apparently like there's some joker clown jerk face somewhere in the country that like put like razor blades or like needles in some of these candy wrappers.
I've heard needles, but not razor blades.
Yeah, and so now is this big thing like make sure your parents open your candy for you and
and let them
like,
eat it.
Come
no
on,
way.
yeah, what a scam that was.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden Grandma Joyce is taking all my $100.
Yeah. What a scam that was until it happened.
Until I got the razor blade. But I'll tell you what, it was great. I needed a new razor blade at the time.
Yeah. your stomach needed a new one.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no. So, how do you like Halloween? Like when you think of the holidays that exist, where does Halloween rank for you?
Third.
Third?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's better than Halloween?
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
In that order? Like Christmas is 1 or Thanksgiving's 1?
Christmas is 1.
Christmas 1, Thanksgiving 2, Halloween 3?
Yeah.
So where's 4th of July at?
Oh, 4th of July is 3.
Okay, now, so then where's New Year's Day at?
Oh, that's 3.
So now where's Halloween at? Now is it 5th or is it?
Yeah, it's 5th.
Okay, where's St. Patrick's Day? Where's?
Oh, that's 3.
Dude, I can't. With you.
I'm just joking. New Year's is 3. St. Patty's is 6.
So, this won't surprise you that I have an opinion.
You don't like New Year's Eve.
Not a fan of New Year's Eve and not a fan of Halloween.
Old man moment. You don't want to get up and answer the door and give people candy.
So I actually, the part I enjoy most of Halloween is seeing these cute kids come by in their fun costumes. Kids your age, not so much. I mean, they're fine as long as, like, what I hate is when there's a kid that's your age and he's just dressed in his clothes. He's like, well, and you're like, what are you doing, dude? At this point, you're just a beggar,
a bum on the street.
Yeah, you're just a bum at that point. And
I had an idea though.
Okay, let's hear it.
So for all the permanent campers out there, Halloween is your special day.
Honestly, it is. That is their day to shine.
Like you go around, you're like, yeah, my kid just passed. I'm trying to look for him, but I'm dressed as a zombie. Can I get some extra candy for my kid? Boom, that candy's for you.
Yeah, the candy's for you. So that's my parents. I don't think my parents hand out candy anymore.
Why?
So first of all, I don't think a lot of people go in their neck of the woods.
Yeah.
They're not in the woods either, so that's kind of weird.
Over the hill and through the woods.
But then when there used to be a bunch of people that would come by, and what would happen, like there'd be people that would just come in from like different neighborhoods from like far away or whatever, and then they would have these like little kids that are like babies, like 6 months old, and they're like, oh, it's for my kid, and it's like, dude, your kid, like, this is for you, dude.
Yeah,
it's like you're a grown man, you're like 30 something, and you're trying to pass. No, like.
Your kid's not going to be eating that candy.
Yeah, and so I think they got fed up with that, and so they're like, "Now we're done, we're out." And like that, maybe that's not. Maybe we need to have Grandma Joyce on, and she can defend her stance on handing out Halloween candy.
No, so you know, like people.
I do know people. Yeah, do you know people?
I do.
All right. We're gonna give him a second to get a drink of water here. That engine got to get some oil down in there. All right, yeah, a little drink of water. I like this. This is going really good. Oh, yeah. The listeners are going to love this part. Try to get just water. Okay. Okay, so I know people.
So people will put up signs like, just take one.
Yeah.
And like, don't ring the doorbell and stuff like that. But I've had many experiences where I just walk up and ring that doorbell.
How old is too old to stop trick-or-treating?
I probably shouldn't trick-or-treat this year.
So I stopped trick-or-treating. My last year of trick-or-treating was when I was a senior in high school.
Actually.
Because it was free candy. Like, I mean, I would dress up, and I remember, so I was trick-or-treating with my friend. His name was Grant. And it's probably like 9 o'clock, which honestly is like, at that point, just hang up the spurs, go home, enjoy what you got.
Yeah.
And we're like, whatever, we don't care if there's lights on, we're knocking on this door anyway. And then we probably knocked on some doors where the lights were totally off just because we were jerks.
Yeah.
And I vividly remember we went to this one house, and this lady just wanted to talk to us. And she was an older lady. I say older, she was probably in her 60s, which is, I don't know, it's not that old. But, when you're talking about a bunch of 17-year-olds, it's kind of old. And she took our picture with a Polaroid. She took another picture. She goes, "You guys need to come back sometime to get these pictures." And I think she was just lonely, and we were just being friendly and fun with her,
Yeah.
And she said, "Here, why don't you guys take some more candy?" "Okay, man, we'll keep talking to you."
So do not, if you are listening to that podcast and you are a bum and you like to...
A permanent camper.
Yeah. No, not that type of bum.
Oh, a bum like I was a bum?
No, like a mean bum. That kid that like walks around and he's like, "Take one, I'm gonna take the whole bucket." and keep the basket too.
I'll take one basket. So like we went to Costco tonight. We didn't buy more candy. We have 3 boxes of the big candy bars.
Yeah.
So that's 90 candy bars.
Yeah.
Should we have gotten more?
Probably.
But I mean, and we probably should have. But
it's for the kids that are like spending all of the days on their costume. They're putting the finishing last touches on. And then the early people go out, steal all the big ones, and the ones that actually did time in their costumes are like, oh, hey, can I have some candy? Yeah, here's the fun size.
Yeah, we don't have any fun. Like when 90 people visit us, we're done.
Yeah.
Like unless we take your guys' candy and hand it back out.
But actually, I'm probably not going to eat most of my candy.
So here's why I don't like Halloween. Candy's gross to me. It's just not good. Like,
it's not the best for me either.
I mean, like if I'm gonna burn some calories and have a sweet, like I would so much rather have a donut or a cookie over any candy.
Candy is like, it's just meh.
Yeah, I mean, like every now and then, like a York peppermint patty, like to me that's just really good.
Get out.
Or like
that's terrible.
I'm out. Or like a handful of M&Ms, that's good. But like to me, for the most part, like I feel like crap when I eat candy. So why would I want to keep putting crap in my body?
We had a trunk or treat. That was pretty cool. But I traded all my candy for one candy.
What did you get?
It was like this baby bottle thing, and you shook it, and the sucker would have powder on it.
That sounds terrible. Was it cocaine or was it what? What's going on here?
Well, we inhaled
what kind
it.
Of trunk or treat was this?
We inhaled it, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. So look, when I was in high school, I would dress up. Most of the days I went to school.
Yeah, like clowns.
So we would wear, hey, it's jumpsuit week, and so just me and my buddies would just wear these one-piece jumpsuits. Or it'd be like, hey, it's 70s week. And I'm not talking like, hey, it's homecoming week, and so the school is doing it. I'm saying like, me and my buddies, like just about a group of like 12 of us, like, all right, yeah, we're going to dress up in bell-bottoms and whatever. You'd buy jumpsuits just for these occasions. 100%. And then another was like, hey, it's mechanic shirt week. We had a bunch of mechanic shirts with like different people's names on it. It's like, hey, I'm Bob.
Hey, Phil.
It's like,
Pat.
Yeah, you're not Pat.
You're
today I am. So, that's just what we would do. It's how we'd roll.
Yeah.
We were funny like that.
Funny looking.
Honestly, we were like, I look back, like I was a moron. Like I still am. Like you know me, I'm a moron.
I remember seeing this picture of you with your hair to your like shoulders. And do you still have it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you don't have it on your
my hair I don't have it.
Yeah.
So I was trying out for volleyball, and my coach was saying like, hey, you're not going to make the team with hair like that. And so I knew that like I wasn't that good because I'd never played before.
Yeah.
And so there was a good probability that like I could make the team, but then there's another probability of like maybe I don't. And so when
How bad was their team?
I'll get to that next.
Okay.
And so then when we get to you're starting to think like, is my hair going to keep me from making this team? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to suck it up and cut it. And so I cut my hair and I kept it. I saved it. It's in the garage somewhere.
Yeah. I remember like going through the garage and then I grab a bag of hair. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, I should like donate it to like, I don't think anybody would want that hair. I should just get rid of that.
David has a bag of hair too, I think.
Does he?
Yeah.
Like father, like son. So how bad was this volleyball team? So as a junior, I made the varsity team. I didn't play a ton, but I played enough.
Yeah.
I got the nickname of the Wall. I was a middle blocker, Josh the Wall Haldeman.
Yeah.
Because I had vert. I could jump back then. But how bad were we? So we won 2 games that season. We beat Western High School because they were worse than us.
Wow.
Yeah, they had 0 wins. But so the next year, like we played as a friend group like all summer long. We got a lot better, and we made the playoffs and did pretty well. So we didn't win state or anything like that, but teams that like would stomp us, like we would beat some of them, and others we would give them a run for their money.
Yeah. That reminds me of you're like basically a physical superstar because as a kid, you're on like soccer teams, the Fire Wagons. You know?
I played 1 season of soccer, man. It was so me and Nate played. We were on the same team. Nate was probably the oldest kid on the team, and I was hands down the youngest kid. Nate was the fastest kid on the team. I was the second fastest.
Yeah. And
it's like I remember the coach was like, "Hey, go run a lap," and so like me and Nate would run, and like all the kids were like dying. They're like, "Oh," we're like, "What's wrong with these kids?"
Yeah.
Like no wonder we suck. We scored 1 goal all season long. Nate scored that goal. Like I remember one time like I'm dribbling down. And I got to about midfield on the other side of the field. Like on the opponent's side, and that was like a huge, like, oh my gosh, I almost scored a goal when I'm like 30 yards away from being even able to kick it in.
I remember Ralph dribbling the ball down, and he's about
it's Ralph like a wide open goal.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Ralph's first goal ever,
and I steal it. I just like he kicks it and I just boom.
Like he kicks it like it would have rolled in.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me get this in here. You're gonna get the assist, Ralph. Thanks.
Yeah.
He still kind of brings that up every now and then.
I know.
It's kind of funny. Well, that's good, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I ought to give our sponsor a shout out so we don't forget.
Doc R. Haldeman LLC. You can find her at 702-258-7860.
Yeah, so she's at Renaissance Health Center, which is Cheyenne and the 215. And so she was telling us today she has a new patient that she's seeing. And this individual's been going to Dr. Fowl for some stuff. And Dr. Fowl said, hey, you need to go to Doc Haldeman for acupuncture.
Yeah.
And he said, I already have an acupuncturist. And he said, well, has your acupuncturist been able to resolve the issues that you're seeing me for? And he goes, no. So he goes and sees Doc R, and he had his first appointment with her, and he came back for the second, and he's already having some significant healing. So, which is interesting. So one of the things she was telling us, or you said also, so I'll get to my point in a second.
No. Yours is way more important.
So she was telling us that that her methodology is different. So there's somebody else that I know she was treating that like they suffer from migraines all the time.
Yeah.
And so she said, hey, let me come, let me help you out. Let me do some acupuncture. They're like, oh, I've already had acupuncture. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And she said, you've never had my acupuncture. Because she has a different methodology. There's different techniques that you can use.
Yeah.
And so she, treats this guy for headaches. And guess what?
He's
not having headaches.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting. So again, I know we talk about this. I know you're listening. You're like, oh, I should try it out. Just try it out. Call her up. 702-258-7860.
And she's next to a Roberto's. Oh, my God.
Yeah, she's not next to, but near a Roberto's.
That Roberto's is amazing. But
honestly, that Roberto's, all Roberto's is just future diarrhea.
Yeah.
But that one is really good. Like they make their burritos.
Really future diarrhea.
It's well-deserved diarrhea.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Oh, that was it. That was
your comment. You were interrupting our sponsorship moment so you could talk about
Roberto's and future diarrhea.
All right, so we didn't. I don't think we've watched a movie since we podcasted last.
Yeah.
So we probably can't talk about. We don't review movies on this podcast, but Cinemark wants us to talk about movies since they're a major sponsor.
I've been wanting to watch a movie though.
What movie?
The Other Guys. I've already seen it, but I just want to see it again.
There's some great one-liners in that one.
Yeah. Oh, there's. Oh my gosh.
You think what I'm thinking?
Aim for the bushes.
Just a funny movie. So there's a couple movies. So I want to get some listener feedback on this one. There's movies that like you watch in your childhood that I want to know if it carries over. And I think if you would have watched some of these when you were younger, you'd probably would have liked them, but it might be too late now. So one of them is The Never-Ending Story.
Never watched it.
I know you've never watched it, but I want you to watch it because I want to know if you're going to think that movie's going to be good or not.
Are you talking to me or the people?
I'm talking to you. I want you, Jonathan, to watch it, but I'm curious if if our thousands of listeners have if they have watched that movie and if they think that it would still be good today, because when I was a kid it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is, like, there's something you're like, oh, that was awesome. And you go back and watch it, you're like, that wasn't really that awesome.
I was watching Men in Black a while ago. And I did, like, I don't know. It was with Will Smith.
We talked about that. We reviewed this.
It was not the one with Will Smith.
What is there a newer one?
It was like Men in Black 1, Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, and then there's Men in Black International or whatever.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
So I was watching it, and when I was a kid, I was like, this movie's awesome. And I was like, this movie's not that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it's like you're like, those effects are stupid or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
You start seeing holes in the plot line. You're like, wait a second.
That guy looks stupid.
Like the movie Rad. You remember the movie Rad?
Oh, yeah.
The bike racing movie?
Yeah.
So they have held track. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like, that was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then, we watched it a little while ago, and it's still, like, to me, it was still fun because it was nostalgic.
Yeah.
But, like, this guy who ends up finishing second, at some point, he's, like, parked on the track waiting so the guy can catch up. Now, maybe he's doing that to justify, like, hey, you know, my team crashed you earlier, so I'm giving you a chance to catch up because we cheated you. But it's like, dude, you're just going to win the race. You're not going to pause it.
Yeah, wait. So what did he...
So they're on the held track. Held track!
Oh, my gosh.
And language, we got to put a language warning on this one.
Beep.
But, so the guy that's in the lead has a pretty significant lead. And at some point, he stops and waits for Crew, the guy who's in second place, to catch up so they can, like, have a race off.
Does he end up winning or no?
Crew, the guy that was in second, ends up taking first and winning.
The main character.
The main character.
Yeah. You said there's holes in, like, a plot line. Do you know any movies with that?
I can't think of any right now, but now that you mention it, yeah, I will look for movies that have just all sorts of flaws. I mean, Star Wars is full of them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna. I don't want to go into the details of it. And I don't want to offend our Star Wars fans because we have a few of them.
Wait, how does it? What? I don't. When?
There's. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to. I don't want to do it. Look, you got rusty voice. I don't want to get you too riled up, screaming.
What the heck?
And plus, look, tomorrow's Halloween. I want you to have energy so you can go get candy from strangers
and have a nice time.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to rent a white van and just hand out candy from that.
Free candy. That'd be so funny.
In order to get candy, you got to come in my freaky van.
Yeah. It's called the Halloween van.
The Halloween. Oh, man.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
I mean, honestly, that'd probably be the scariest thing ever.
Yeah. But then we just, like, we drive it around on a normal day.
Do you like being scared?
No.
So you don't like horror movies?
No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. Like, that's an emotion I can do without.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like, if I get scared and I'm like, whoa, that was like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh. Like, it's not like roller coasters, I'll be screaming, but I love it. Horror movies, I'll be screaming and I hate it. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, like, suspense is one thing, but then there's like gory, gross, like that stuff. I'm not. No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, let's get out of this topic. There are children listening.
Children don't do drugs or watch scary movies,
and don't get into the van if it's just for Kenny, unless it's on Halloween.
Unless it's Halloween, then anything goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your take on Halloween. Like, to me, my take is like, so the reason I don't like New Year's Eve, I didn't really talk about that, but the reason I don't like it is because, so I like the fact that it's like, hey, we got these new beginnings and, new year, new me. Like, I'm down with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's, hey, in order to introduce the new year, new me, I'm going to start by partying all night long, eat terrible food, and then wake up and have a sugar hangover and it's like, oh, it's a new year, new me. The first thing I'm going to do is sleep in way past what I should have done, so I can't start on any of the goals I just set.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think of it instead of like, oh my gosh, this is like I'm going to start now. It's like, I'm going to start tomorrow. And I'm gonna party all day.
So, like, and look, we're all guilty of it. Like, all right, I'm gonna start a diet starting on Monday. So this weekend, I'm gonna just have whatever. I'm gonna make cookies and eat some donuts. And it's like, why? Like, if you're gonna start on Monday, like, why not just start eating healthy right now? That way, you can start off on a good foot.
Yeah, it's like you're eating like bites of a cookie. Like, you're slowly taking bites of the cookie, And when it's the last bite, you'll know it. But, like, somebody comes along and he's like, hey, can I have a bite of that cookie? And it's the last bite. And then you didn't realize that the bite before that was the last bite. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's like you have this yearning of like, oh, I really just wanted one more.
Yeah, it's like I was wanting the last bite.
Yeah. There is something of like the way we eat, we set ourselves up for perfect bites.
What?
Think about it. Like, when you eat a hamburger or a sandwich, like, there's a method to your madness of how you eat.
That's weird.
So just next time, tomorrow, when you're having a sandwich for lunch or whatever, just notice, like, you start off, you eat like the top part, and then you kind of eat down a little bit, and it sets you up for a perfect bite where you're gonna get all middle, no crust.
Oh, I eat pizza in a way, so you know how people hate eating crust.
Yeah, well, not everybody, but yeah, some people.
Yeah, but I eat pizza, so I start at like normally.
Kind of like your voice?
Yeah. But I go to the crust. Like, I go around the edge to the crust, and I eat backwards, and then I go back around. It's like, I go in a circle.
That might be the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Because, like, I'll be eating the pizza, and I'll get some sauce on it, too, the crust.
All right. I mean, I'm judging you because that's weird.
You never tried it.
And don't knock. You know, it's funny. Like, some people, like, they like folding their pizza and eating it. I've never done that, and I don't know if I want to.
It's only for certain types of pizza, like Chicago. No.
Yeah, obviously.
New York. Yeah.
But even then, I'm like, I don't know. I like the way that the cheese hits when I eat it. I don't know if I want to fold it.
That reminds me of I don't remember which movie, but it's like he's like, I don't like my pizza too greasy. And he's like, oh. Well, give me the grease, and he's like pouring the grease on his pizza.
so there's a pizza place in town that I love. I think I've taken you there, Verrazano's. Have I taken you to Verrazano's?
Nope.
Okay, we got to go. It's on Rainbow and Westcliff here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor, so this is a free promo. They're gonna blow up because we're so huge with our thousands of listeners.
Blow up with diarrhea in the bathroom.
No, so this is honestly like these smaller pizza places. This is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
And but. Whenever I order pizza and they bring it out, like, I literally put napkins on top of it to soak up the grease.
Actually,
I really do, and it's okay. Like, it's they put a lot of cheese in there, and it's kind of greasy.
Yeah,
but it is delicious.
Yeah.
So on that note, happy Halloween. Whatever you're gonna listen to this after Halloween, so happy Veterans Day.
Wait, Veterans Day?
Well, it's November 11th.
Nice.
So this will probably post somewhere close to that. So enjoy.
Goodbye.
See ya.